From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And he's across the 43, extra yards to the 43. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Jeanty. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll throw with May. On a slant, he's got Sanders. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
4 yards.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 2nd down and 6 now. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And once again, this is Sanders. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
22-yard line.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And they go play action with May. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that cloth's going to be on the ground.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now a handoff to Jeanty. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Looking to throw. May. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, it's only the first quarter, but that's a quick shift of momentum right there because they were driving the football before that interception, and then not only, Charles, do they throw the pick, but it gets returned all the other way for the score.
I think the important thing here was it backed up in their own territory. This defense didn't blink. They hung in there, waited for the offense to make a mistake, and as soon as they did, they capitalized in the biggest way possible.
And they'll accept that penalty. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The tight end Henry here in motion. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Back at the 30-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's May. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to get amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with May. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
You're on the ball. Hey, five.
To throw, it's May. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Play action, May. This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down, and
this will probably be the last play of the quarter. To the air, May. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's May. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
On the ground, this is Terrell Davis. He's to the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 47 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that a very nice looking touchdown run.
And on his first carry of the game as well. And you remember, Brandon, we talked to him yesterday. And he thought he was going to have a big game. He thought everything aligned perfectly. He liked what the defense was presenting, and he really liked what he was getting from his blockers.
15. Rams nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
From the gun, it's May. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Draymond Jones. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Throwing here is May. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Snatched by the safety Ed Reed. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now May on the sneak. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, a give to Davis. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens continue to pull the playoff surprise. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football.
Recovered by the receiving team.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left.
Down the left sideline. Inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards.
We talk so much about run after the catch, or rack. A term coined by our very own, the coach, John Madden, the legendary one himself. And you definitely will find a better illustration of it than right here. He's going to take this one, and away he goes. Nearly takes it the length of the field before finally being tracked down.
It's now
it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's May. And that is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Fourth down. Here's May. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Ravens are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on fourth down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on fourth down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 21-0 lead already, no need really to take any unnecessary risks. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 55 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fella.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween, and you take what you...
And oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And now this will be the final play of the half, as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. And this is going to be intercepted. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Allen looking to throw it right at the outset. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
A gain of 14. First down, Vikings.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it's second down.
Brings up second and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. He'll look to throw. May looking to run. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Ravens first down on what will be a big play there on fourth and long.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on fourth.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's fourth down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They'll run it again here with Davis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Pressure comes and down he goes. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're going to try and throw. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
The result of the play is a turnover on down.
319. We'll go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Alert, alert, alert. 319. What's up?
Here's Allen to throw it. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. We're scoreless after one. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
What's that? 180. What's that?
On third down, here's Spears. Touchdown, Vikings! Tajay Spears, 32 yards. And the Vikings post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on fourth down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The first down carry for Davis.